We are back. So before we get into the video, I want to give you a wee sneak peek of the floor because I'm pretty excited about it. It's 99.9% finished and I'll show you why. As you see, we've put the black strip along here, but I've also got it going along these parts as well, and nice black trim going along the edge here. I couldn't get it in here, so that bit's just bare. But the other good thing as well is I've used black screws instead of silver, just to try and make it nice and aesthetic, you know. But the reason why I'm saying it's 99.9% finished is this. So everywhere's got black, and then on the day I used silver hinges. It's because it's what I had at the time, but I'm going to change it and I'm going to get piano hinges and just go from here all the way to the end. And I've also done the same at the back as well. As you can see around the corners there and along the step as well. I have filmed the entire process of what I've been doing. This is just a wee sneak peek for you guys. But back to today's video. So sometimes the way that sponsors work, you'll get one of a certain genre like power stations, reverse cameras, and then there just seems to be an influx of people wanting to work with you. And today's video isn't any different because thanks to today's sponsor Trelino, we now have another composting toilet to look at. So the guys over at Trelino graciously sent me out their Evo S composting toilet, so let's get the box open and have a wee look at it. I'm going to drop it on the floor and lift it up. And that's pretty much it for the unboxing. And that's it there. I'm loving the colour. So this does come in white or anthracite. It's anthracite, which is the one I went for. However, with the colour, the cost is different as well, but we'll get to that. So on each side, you've got these wee inserts, and I suppose you could make a wee insert on your camper van floor to slot in. So you basically just slot it in and then it stays where it is, but they actually do make nice carry handles as well. On this one, there isn't any lid latch to stop it from moving. So one of the cool things about the Trelino Evo S, it's got a modern feature that you would find in modern toilets, and that's a slow lid close. Watch this. That's German engineering at its best. Come on, like, why would you need to have that in a composting toilet? Let's do it again. There's barely any sound. So it is a nice material as well, and it's made from ABS polypropylene, so it is going to be nice and durable, and you can obviously have it out in the weather. It's going to be nice and robust for that. I think in this one, the lid's actually attached to the seat. Aye. So the lid comes off with the toilet, so you can see there it's screwed on. So it isn't just two bits of plastic stuck together with another bit of plastic, and if you can see the metal joins holding the lids. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up. So this thing isn't cheaply made. Feels nice and solid. And that's basically the seat. So you've got number ones going here and the number twos there. And lastly, we have a manual that just tells you how to clean it, how to set it up, and best practices for using it and stuff. And it even gives you tips as well, like warm temperatures accelerate the decomposition process. Tips as well on what kind of litter to use: animal litter, organic cat litter, coconut bricks, fine bark mulch, hemp mixtures, compressed wood pellets, humus or soil. It is nice that they're giving you tips on what else you can use if you obviously can't order it. So let's talk about the features of the Trelino Evo line. So this model actually comes in 3 different sizes: small, medium and large. So with these sizes, Trelino makes it easy for users based on their space, how often they're going to use it, whether it's for family, whether it's a solo traveller, and it leaves more room for how often you need to empty it. So dimensions of the Evo S: width 33 centimetres, depth 39 centimetres, and height 29.6 centimetres. So when it comes to size differences of the Evo range, they're all the same width and depth, and it's only the height that changes. The Evo S is 29.6 centimetres tall, the Evo M is 36 centimetres tall, and the Evo L is 43 centimetres tall. And the Evo S is coming in at a very light 3.9 kilogram, so it is easy to lift, carry or reposition in a van, boat or even a cabin. The Evo range is also made from an eco-friendly and durable materials, ABS plastics, that is 100% recyclable and moisture resistant. And with its build quality, it is also a seamless plastic build, so it is going to withstand damp environments, ideal for marine, outdoor or wet bath installs. And as it is a composting toilet, it's got the urine separation system, so it has got a built-in divider which keeps urine and solid solids apart, so it does minimise odours and it does make it more cleaner and hygienic. It's also water and chemical free, so no flushing water or chemical fluids needed, which is more sustainable, it's low maintenance and it's also safe for nature. And as I showed at the start, it's also got a unique feature being a soft close lid, but it also acts as an ergonomic seat when it's in the seated position. So the Evo S has a 4.5 litre urine container and a 6.5 litre solids container. If you're, say, a family in a bigger van, or you're going to be off-grid for a lot longer, the bigger version you go for, the less you have to empty it. It's got a weight capacity of up to 150 kilograms, and there is optional accessories as well, such as the urine level indicator, a ventilation fan, composting bags, and little starter kits like the one that I've got. Right, let's see it in action. Trelino sent out this nice accessory pack with 3 lots of black bags, as well as some litter, cleaning, and something that you put in the urine bottle. So let's get it set up and have a wee look. So the anthracite colour does go well with my carpet, which is why I went for that colour, but as you can see, there is still plenty of room and it fits in quite nicely in the back of the camper, and it's got that nice soft lid close. So if you were designing this to be under your bed, you could have a wee slat that comes up and then you just lift this up as well. Or you could have it so it slides out from under the bed. As you can see, it's nice and small and portable enough to fit in your camper. So let's do a height test. So as it is just now as a seat, it's pretty sturdy. Again, if you're a man or a woman, you're probably going to need to find your sweet spot for distance, but it does feel comfy. And because we put the lid up, I do gain a wee bit of head height. The pee reservoir part feels a lot more further back, so there is a good amount of pee surface that you're not going to miss it. So let's get it set up with the bag and the litter and see how we do that. So again, this all just comes off in one unit, but what I want to show as well, as you can see, it's just one big plastic container, no seams. What I love about this all-in-one design is if there was any leakage, any spills or anything, it is all going to get contained in here, and I'm never going to worry about it coming into the cab. And what I like as well is, if you see in the middle, there's a divider there, so when you put the bottle in, it's not going to go anywhere. It's actually locked in, which is pretty nice. German craftsmanship at its best. So I'm going to fill this up with water and we're going to do the shaking test. As you can see at the bottom, on this system they use like a rubber membrane. Basically the water should go in but not come back out. I do recommend that you change this every 2 to 3 months, and I don't know if it's just due to bacterial build up or the rubber breaking down or what, or if this seal stays open over time from use, I don't know. I would have preferred that to be plastic. Given all the engineering that's been into it so far, I feel like that's a bit of a weak point, but we'll see how it goes. We will put water in it and we'll seal it up and we'll do the sloshing test. But again, looking in there, you can actually see a gap. I don't know if you'll catch it. You can see a bit of a gap already. They do give you this other cap, so when you do the toilet and you're going to travel, you take this off and then pop this on. So with this one on, it is obviously now sealed, there's no water going anywhere. The only thing is the where do you put this? This isn't going to be 100% smell free, so you're going to need to store that in the toilet somewhere. I feel from my perspective this could have been a bit more streamlined. And then the storage container, just a nice big container. So if you remember in my other video, the container lid was just something that plopped down, and inside it there was like wee ridges that the lid would sit on, but I don't know how good that would be keeping the smells out. Whereas even though it's just a simple lid, as you can see, it's going over the material and sealing it in, and it's definitely not letting any smells out. So the bags are a pretty tight fit, which is good. Like that, I mean, I'm not telling you how to cook onions, but it's a bag in a box. Pop that back in. Use some of the litter. I don't know why I just shoved my face in it. It smells nice. That shoe, pop the lid back on, and you are good to go. And what I love about composting toilets over chemical is you can actually use toilet paper and just use it like a toilet, so obviously the toilet paper goes in the back. And then once you're done, again, you don't want to use anything abrasive on this plastic. Give it a wee spray, give it a wee wipe down. When you pick it up, give it a wee spray underneath, give it another wee wipe down, take the lid off, bag it up, tie it off, and then you can go and put it in a bin. And with your number one, there's a nice wee carry handle. Open that up and then pour, and that's you done, and maybe spray that as well. Now if you're going to be off grid for maybe 2 or 3 days, Trelino has given us kind of a diluting mixture that you pour into the urine bottle, and it will mix with it, and I'm guessing it will take away some of the odour. So if you were off grid and you didn't want to put the sealed cap on, you could use a bit of this. So let's see how well the urine membrane stands up and if any water gets out. Now I have filled this up quite a bit just to add the weight, so let's see if it lets any out. So there is some coming out. Let's reduce it a wee bit. So that's about halfway maybe. Let's try that. That's my absolute worst nightmare, is when I'm driving and there's pee sloshing about. So for me, that fails the slosh test. And now I get why they've included that. So if you do get this and you're driving, put this on. So who is a Trelino Evo S for? In my opinion, these toilets are a game changer for anyone in van life, car camping, tent camping, based on how light they are, houseboats or at marine use, because again they are made from a moisture resistant material, so you're not going to need to worry about getting mould and stuff. And even tiny homes or off-grid cabins, because again you don't need to use chemicals, you don't need running water. This is low maintenance, it's moisture resistant, and it's easy to clean, it's easy to use. And again, if you are someone that isn't able-bodied to get upstairs to get to the toilet, then the Evo line could be a game changer for you in the fact that it's got 3 different sizes, so this could be definitely something to look at as well, and it would just take the stress away from having to climb all those stairs. So let's cover the pros and cons of the Trelino Evo S. So first pro, it is lightweight and portable at only 3.9 kilograms. You don't need any water or chemicals to use it. And another pro, which is always going to be a pro with any of these toilets, is the fact that the solids and the liquids are both separated. But the pro that I do like with the Trelino is that the solids lid clamps down, so there's no smell getting out of there. And another pro for me is the build quality. If there was any spills or anything like that, it is going to be contained in this box, and it just gives you that peace of mind that if there was any spills or anything like that, it's not going to run all over your van. Which then leads me into the other pro, which is this lid. They didn't have to do that. That soft close is a really nice touch, and the fact that this is nice and flat and it's solid and robust means you can sit on it as well if space is tight in your camper van, which it is in Dobby. So are there any cons to the Evo S? From what I've seen across every composting toilet, so it's not really a con for this one or any other composting toilet, it's just a con in general for composting toilets, and that is the storage lid for the solids. To get access to close this, or basically to open it, you have to take the full entire lid off. But that is the only way that you can open and close the solids box. Now you have cleaned the top of it, but round about here is still going to possibly drip. So you would need to lift this up, give under here a wee wipe and clean, and then lift it and then pull it over. But again, these are the compromises you need to make if you're using it in a van, if you're using it in a camper or whatever. It's not really a con with this toilet, it's just a con in general for composting toilets. The only con that I've got with the Trelino Evo S is the price. So the composting toilet just now is the more expensive version of having a toilet off-grid in your camper van or micro camper. But if you're like me and you're worried about doing your business in your car or your van, and this is a big priority for you, then it might be worth the investment. As I said, the build quality from this Trelino is second to none. It feels solid, it's a nice material, you've got a nice soft closed lid, it can be used as a seat as well. It comes in 3 different sizes, but like I said with the price, the anthracite is a wee bit more expensive than the white one. The white one is £299, and for this model, the anthracite colour, you're talking £320. So that is quite a high cost of entry for a composting toilet. But again, the build quality is there. This thing's going to last, but it is quite expensive for what it is. So I think another con for me is the membrane for the pee bottle. Trelino recommends on their website to change this every 2 to 3 months. They do have different packages for purchasing the membranes, but they're coming in at roughly about £30. The membrane is effectively just stopping any pee coming back up. With the high cost of the toilet, given the amount of engineering that's went into this lid and stuff, I feel this could have been engineered a bit better so that A, you didn't have to replace it every 2 to 3 months, B, that you didn't have to use 2 separate lids. Trelino is renowned for making composting toilets. Even though they've got a high price, they are machines. Like, everybody loves them because they're reliable, they're sturdy. But the cool thing is, if you've not got the funds to go for one of these systems, they've already thought of that, because they do have DIY kits. So if you just build your own frame, you can actually buy the divider for the pee and the solids. So basically, in a nutshell, it's just this top bit here, and you just build your own box. You actually get the mould of the toilet seat, and you get the storage container, and you get the pee bottle, as well as a roll of disposable bin bags. The unbelievable thing about these DIY kits is they come in 3 different sizes, but the price is the same across all of them. So if you don't have the funds to go for one of the ready-made composting toilets, you do have another alternative, and that's why Trelino are one of the main players in the composting toilet game, because they know they've got a well-built product. They're still leaving the door open by letting you buy their DIY kits. The cons for me is the price, but Trelino's DIY kits offset the con, because you don't have to go for a £300 toilet. You can build one, which is more than half the price of what this is, but they're giving you options. So guys, if you want to go and pick up the Evo S, I'll drop a link to it in the description, and I'll also leave a link as well to the DIY kits so you can check them out. So guys, that's going to cover it for this episode. If you did go and enjoy it, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the Trelino. Let me know if you think it's too expensive for a composting toilet. Let me know if you've got one. If you haven't already, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. So until the next one guys, peace.